I left the homework on the platform, and we're gonna talk about the homework today, and that's how we're gonna do it. Okay, Caitlin, whatever it is, go and close it. Thieves are around, you know. So yes, we're gonna talk about the answers that you got for the questionnaire, sorry. I'm on French. And we are going to go question after question just to see what you found. And when we finish, then meeting is over, because I cannot be leaving questions and questions and not listening to you, like if you got the answers. And I know that the majority of times there are people here who are the same people who participate. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna be calling names of people that I don't know if they there or yes or not, you know? So the first thing that we talked about last week was about language, because this is history of English language. So basically, before we go into English, we need to see it as a general thing, right? As a general phenomenon of what language is. And we discussed last week the definition of language, and many people gave very good definition of what language is. And we also clarify that language doesn't refer only to communication, okay? Because we said that animals have strategies to communicate and communication systems, right? But the communication systems that animals have is not language. Because when we talk about language, we're speaking about speaking, right? Vocal production, okay? And that's what animals don't have. We said that monkeys and parrots, they talk, you know, but they don't really talk. What they do is that they imitate the human sounds, right? Because for you to say that a person talks, the person needs to establish a conversation, and the meaning of that talking is communicating something. But when you see parrots talking, they're just repeating. You cannot say, hey, parrot, how are you today? And the parrot will say, I'm okay. And then you say, okay, what are you gonna do today? I'm gonna fly and eat, you know? The parrot is not gonna tell you that. The parrot is gonna repeat the same thing, because that's what animals do. Okay, we said that human beings are special. Human beings are the only creatures so far that have the ability to use language. And we said that there are animals like, I don't know, the apes, you know, as a type of monkey, that they have certain conditions, right? But they cannot speak. So there are two things that allow human beings speak. The number one, do you remember that? Does anyone remember? What are the two things why we speak and animals don't speak? What's the difference between human beings and animals? Do you remember that? There are two factors too. Catherine, can you tell us?
One is the reasoning, like we think, we create knowledge, I mean, we create thoughts. Right. And the other one is the vowel chord, is like that?
Right.
Yeah, the vowel chords.
The vocal cords, right?
Yeah, thank you. The vocal, the vowel, yeah.
Right. I will say, you know, I wouldn't say only the vocal cord. I know that's correct. You're fine. You're fine. That's what we said. That's what we said. The brain, right? The brain and the thoughts. Not only the brain, because animals have brains, but they don't think as we do. I don't know if they do, you know, but that's what they say. Scientists say that animals don't think. So that's the first factor. And the second factor is the vocal apparatus. The vocal apparatus. The vocal apparatus doesn't only refer to the vocal cords. It also refers to the lips, to the teeth, to the throat, to the tongue, you know, every organ that you use to produce language. That's one of the reasons why animals cannot produce language. Maybe they might have the vocal cords, but the lips, the tongue is not appropriate to articulate the words or the sounds, you know? That's right, they cannot produce language. That's what we said. So far we have the definition of language. Everybody knows that language is the means of communication. It's a system of communication, a communication system that human beings use to communicate. Sorry, the redundancy, but that's how it is. So yes, right, everybody knows that. Now in chapter number 1, I left a series of questions and there was one question. Language has many components, okay? Language is a system, language has many components. Now we're going to see if any one of you found at least one or two components of language. Did you find the components of language? There are many of them, but they are grouped. What are the components of language? Did you find the answer? I don't know if it is not from now or from before, Catherine. I guess you raised the hands before.
Now. For now.
For now?
For now, yeah.
Okay. So what did you find for
there is somebody that is not me, that is in front of a fan, and it's not me. That is making a sound.
Yeah.
Is it you?
No, that's
but it's not me.
Maybe Diana. That was Diana.
Okay. So
no, it wasn't me.
What I found in the book that you sent, it says like the meaningless components of a language are its sound system, that is one, or phonology, and the main full units are its lexics or vocabulary, and its grammatical system or morpheme syntax.
That's true. That's true. Right. So they're meaningless and meaningful components. Okay. So the meaningless components, the less important, okay, that's what the book says. The less important aspects of language are the phonological part, okay, phonetics and all that. That's the meaningless. But we also have meaningful components of language, as Catherine said, okay? So the sound system of a language is the meaningless component or components. And then the meaningful components of units are the vocabulary, the grammatical system, and the lexics. Okay, so those are the meaningful units. And why do we say that? I'm just gonna give you a little explanation very fast, you know. For example, you can produce a sound, okay? You can produce any sound. Or you can even say a word. But that word, people can misunderstand it, right? Or the sound that you produce, maybe it doesn't make any sense. But if you have a word, vocabulary, if you have a rule, grammar, right? Whenever you see it, it's gonna make sense for you. If you write apple, for example, you see it written, you're not gonna get confused. But if a person say apple, you know, you might get confused with that. So basically, that's right. Vocabulary and grammar and lexis are the most important parts of language, meaningful parts, I say. And then we have the sound system, you know, that's what it is. Very good, Catherine found that. Now we're gonna go to the next question. We had another question, and language, we are focused on language now, but you know, from the following chapters on, we're gonna focus on English. Now we are on the general aspect. So language has grammatical signals, okay? And the book mentions some of the grammatical signals that belong to language. Did you find any of those grammatical signals? Language.
Yo, profe.
Yo, ¿quién es yo?
Kathleen, teacher.
Yes, you have.
Señores, disculpe. Profe, vaya a ver si usted me tiene silenciado, yo no escucho nada.
Pero yo te estoy escuchando, súbele el volumen a tu computadora. Esas son las
Teacher,
voces.
I'm gonna to say, I'm going.
Tuve que ponerte en mute porque la regla es que hay que levantar la mano para participar, ¿verdad? Entonces ahí, mira, ahí está Fabiola, está Dayana, está Damerlin, está Hector, está Edu.
Es que yo no sé ponerlo, profe.
Ah, ¿tú estás en la computadora o tú estás en el celular?
En el celular.
Entonces, tú le das un clic al celular, ¿verdad? Tú lo tocas y en la parte inferior, en el centro, te va a decir participante. Ve a ver si tú lo ves por ahí. ¿No lo viste?
No escuchan nada, ellos escuchan nada.
Bueno, no lo vio. Y entonces ahora se fue ella.
Sí, profe, ya. Yo le explico por WhatsApp.
Ah, ok, explícale entonces lo que otro participa para cuando ella llegue levanta la
No
mano.
se rían de mí que yo no he hecho nada, pero no se preocupen.
Ay, mi madre.
Pero oye, si tú no escuchas, sal de la reunión y vuelve a entrar. Esa es la única solución. Okay. Okay. Damerlin, what do you say? Tell us. No sé, ahora como que se frizó.
Profe, la mano.
Vamos a esperar un rato. Okay. Vamos a ver ahora si Damerlin is there. Damerlin, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, can you give us at least one of the grammatical signs of language?
Yes. Are parts of a special, a fifth, concord, or arraignment. Word order, fusion word, and prosodic.
Oh, okay. Well, she gave everything.
Signal.
She gave everything. So let's go. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can copy that from the book. Let me check. Let me check if I can. Yeah. All right, let me see. Okay, we're gonna go one by one and oh God, what's going on here? Give me a second, guys. My computer now is killing me. Okay, now yes. All right. I know you can. Yeah, I know you can see that. Okay, now look. That's one of the ones that she said. Okay. Hold on, that's not the one. Hold on. I'm just gonna stop sharing these today. I don't know what's going on. But this guy, you know, Fiordalisa Paulino, you're making a lot of noise over there. You gotta stay on mute. Okay, now yes. Right. Now, she said that the grammatical signs are divided into many parts, okay? And for example, we have the classification of words. And in the classification of words, we have 4 major groups of words. We have nouns, we have verbs, and we have adjectives or adjectives, as many people say, and we have adverbs, okay? So that's one of the grammatical signs of language. She also mentioned that there are affixes. Affixes are certain words that you add to another word to create a new one. It could be at the beginning or it could be at the end of the word. When you add an extra word to another one at the beginning, how do you call that? What is the name for that? What is the name for that? It is a word that you place in front of another to create a new word. It starts with P.
A prefix.
Prefix. Okay, so prefix is a word to another at the beginning, and you create a new word. Okay.
Adjective, teacher, I think.
Where are you? You didn't raise your hand, Felix. You have to raise your hand.
Sorry.
All right. Then there is a word that you place it at the end of another word and you create a new one. How do you call that? It starts with S.
Suffix.
Suffix. All right. So prefix at the beginning and suffix at the end. Right. Yeah, that's one of them. Very good. Now also you mentioned concord and agreement. Yeah, that's true. The word order, the way that we place the words in a sentence in English is not the same way how you do it in Spanish, right? Because, for example, look at this. You say beautiful house in English, but in Spanish, you do the opposite, right? You say casa linda. Then in English, it's linda casa, right? So that's the word order, how it works, right? And the last one of the last of these elements, grammatical signals, is the function words. If you gave phonetics, I know that you did because I remember you. Nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. What type of words are those? Do you remember? I guess you don't. If you gave phonetics, you will know that this word, what did you say?
What you say are function word, right?
No, I didn't say.
No, content word.
Content words. Content words, if you remember, are the words that have meaning by themselves, right?
Yes.
So verbs, adverbs, nouns, adjectives, right? All those words, they have meaning. So those are content words. But then we have function words. You see where we have phonetics now? We have function words. The function words are?
Article.
What did you say there, Marlene?
Article.
Yes, articles.
Yes.
Demonstrative.
Pronouns.
Demonstrative, no?
Demonstrative.
Nouns.
Prepositions. Nouns are content because nouns, they have meaning. If I ask you, what is a car? That's a name, right? So you would tell me that a car is a means of transportation. It's a vehicle. It's an artifact that has 4 wheels and you can use it to go from one place to another. But yeah, but we are not in phonetics. So that's it. That's it for that question. Right. Now, guys, when I was studying Spanish phonetics. Spanish phonetics. I heard the word morphema, and I hated that because I didn't know what it was. But now look, now we have to learn what morphemes are, you see, and how they are classified. Do you know what a morpheme is? Morpheme. What is a morpheme? I guess you, oh, Eduviges, what is a morpheme?
A morpheme, the morpheme is the smallest linguistic sign and meaningful form that can be divided into small meaningful parts.
Right. If you read the explanation of morphemes over there on the book, you will notice that there are many words, like long words. There are many words that are composed by many pieces, right? There is a word that is the root one, but then we add prefix, we add suffix, and we add other things, okay? Other parts. And for example, the book gave like an example of Applejack or something like that, you know, like two words that make only one word. Then if you notice, when you separate the words, that's a morpheme. For example, I'm gonna take one of your names here, Hector. Hector is a morpheme. The word Hector is a morpheme. Because if you divide it, if you divide Ek and Tor, there is no sense over there. You know, you need the complete word to make sense. If you, I'm gonna give you another one. For example, let's take one. English, for example, right? We have English. If you divide the word English, right, it doesn't make sense. It will be only a syllable, and syllables don't make sense. They don't have meaning. So that's what it is. That's a morpheme. It's the smaller linguistic part that makes sense, that has meaning by itself, right? So there are many words that you, for example, I'm gonna give you one. Completely, right, is a word that has something at the end. What is it? What does it have at the end? Completely. Marlon?
Has the suffix, the L and Y.
Right, right. So it has the suffix, as you say. So let's see. I'm gonna project something now because I want to explain it this way for you to know. Let's take the board here. Let's see if it works. Okay, so we have the word. Let me give you one. We said English, right? English. We also said Hector. We also have fan, right? Example, we have English. You cannot divide that word because if you divide it, for example here, the pieces by themselves don't make sense, right? If I say and then you say Glish, like by separate, it doesn't make sense. If you divide Hec and Tor, it doesn't make sense. You know what it means? This is a morpheme, this is a morpheme. So that is the smaller meaningful piece of this word. Then we have fan, you cannot divide it. But look at this one. Look at this. If you say complete, it makes sense, right? So this is a morpheme. And then we have li, that we said right now what it was, a suffix. It's another word or another morpheme that you added at the end of another and you create a new word. For example, I'm going to ask you a question right now. One question. What is complete? What do you understand by complete? Sadiel.
Adjective.
Adjective, right? But there is another one, like it has another meaning, Angela.
Yes, complete,
Okay.
like when something is finished.
Right. As Sadiel said, it's an adjective, right? We use it to describe a name, but complete is only an adjective. Is it only an adjective?
Can be a verb too.
Can be a verb too, to complete, right? Complete what you complete the homework, complete this, complete the work. All right. So you see,
Yeah, you're right.
it makes sense by itself when you divide it. But what about Lee? Does Lee make sense? Does it have any meaning for you?
Not by itself, no.
It doesn't make sense by itself. That's correct. Now, okay, so what do we have in here? We have two different types of morphemes right here. Okay, now who can tell me the name for the first morpheme? You have to raise your hand, guys. What is the name for the first morpheme? See if you guys know. Hold on, give me a second. All right, I see someone raise their hand. Let me just check. I'm having issues here. Just 1 second, guys. Oh, God. I know what's going on with my computer. Oh, I see Angeles and Sadiel still. Is there anybody else there raising the hand? Oh, is you. Oh, okay, I see you. Hold on. It's Marlon. Marlon, you're raising your hand. And then we have Marlon, and then we'll have Diana. Okay, Marlon, what's the name for the first morpheme, complete? What's the name for that?
Free morpheme.
A free morpheme, okay? Okay, what is a free morpheme, if you guys know? What is a free morpheme? You can raise your hand. I don't know, Diana, if you know what a free morpheme is. There are many people raising their hands, but I don't know. Diana, are you there? I'm gonna lower your hand then.
Yes, but I just want to say
the other one. Okay, go on. Yeah, say it.
I forget in English. How did I say?
Well, so you having some problems with your audio. Junior Peniche, what are free morphemes? Can you tell us?
Yes, sir, for sure. So free morphemes, those are words that could be used alone.
Right, right. So a free morpheme, as the name says, right? Free, you can use it alone. It's a word, okay? It's a morpheme that you can use it alone without the need of another. Now we have Lee as our, I was gonna say our partner. As our classmate was saying, we have Lee, right? And Lee, what type of morpheme is it, she said? Fabiola, what do you say?
A bound morpheme.
A bound morpheme, Janeris. Janeri, what is a bound morpheme?
Free morpheme can stand alone with a specific meaning. For example, each, day, week.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Give me a second here. Let me just write this here. Hold on. So complete is free morpheme and li is a bound morpheme, right? Bound means that this morpheme cannot be used alone. This morpheme needs another word to appear, okay? Because by itself, no meaning. Free morpheme by itself, it has sense, it makes sense, it has meaning. And that's it. Catherine, did you raise your hand?
No.
Oh,
No.
okay. All right. Okay, so now let's continue to the next one. Guys, you gotta go on mute because I'm having a hard time here trying to listen to you because you forget to put the mute on your microphone. I'm sweating here, as you can see. Look at me, look. I'm sweating mentally. All right, so next question was, which was the first? Which was primary? Which one happened first? Writing or speech? And I know this question, we talked about it last week. So which one was it first, Felix Peralta? Was it writing or was it speech?
Well, it's writing have become so important in our culture. We something thinks of it as more real than speech. A little thought, however, we show why a speech is primary and writing is secondary to language. Human being have been writing for at least 5,000 years, but they have been talking for much longer.
Right.
That's it.
Right. That's true. So Evelyn, what did he say? What did Felix say? That speech is first or writing is first?
Speech. Speech is first than writing.
Right.
As a need,
well, I lost you, but I guess I know what you were trying to say. So yeah, guys, like as we said last week, when you are born, okay, imagine you are born, you start growing up. When you are 1 or 2 years old, you start speaking. You're using speech to communicate with your father and your mother, okay? And then when maybe if your father and mother are dedicated, they might teach you how to write at home, okay? But you learn how to write when you go to school, when you are 7 or maybe from I guess on this time is from 5 on, 5, 6, 7, 8 and on, right? But you have years speaking before you learn how to write, right? And you can speak perfectly. You can speak perfectly, but you don't know how to write. And you have many people here in this country that they can speak better than you, but they cannot write a single word, you know? So basically, speaking was first and then we had writing. Okay, let me see if I have this question here. Okay, I have it, yes. If speaking is first than writing, then what is one advantage that writing has over speaking? What is one advantage that writing has? So how many Catherines do we have? Oh, yes, Rosa. That's you?
Sorry, teacher. You have Catherine, that is me, and you have Kathleen, that is the other one.
I see. So Rosa, do you have the answer for that question? What is the advantage that?
No, it was I have a question, but when you continue to talk, I clear my mind.
All right, don't worry, that's fine. All right, so let's see who we give this opportunity then, because there are many people here. Oh, I see a person here that I haven't, hold on. I don't know who did. Oh, Albania. Albania, what do you say? Albania is not there. Yandra, what do you say? What is the advantage that writing has over speaking?
Teacher, do you listen? Hello?
Yes, I'm listening to you, Albania.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with my microphone. I say, teacher, it is more permanent through making possible the record that any civilization must have. Writing is also capable of easy making some distinction that speech can be made only with difficulty.
Right, right. Kathleen, you also want to say something else. Diogracia.
About the sabotage, teacher. Advantage over speech. For example, it is more permanent, thus making possible the records that any civilization must have. Writing is also capable of easily making some distinction that the speech can make wholly with difficult. We can, for example, indicate certain type of pause more clearly by the space until we live between words, teacher.
Right. Guys, do you know Juan Pablo Duarte? That was a question. I know everybody knows Juan Pablo Duarte, right? Or maybe that you know his name and what happened with him. Do you guys know Trujillo also, right? You know that, right? Do you know when Christopher Columbus came to America? Let's say, because that was not Dominican Republic, that was La Española. And even before that, I don't know what it was, you know? You guys know that, right? You guys know that?
Yes.
Why do you know it? How is it that you know it, is the question. Angeles?
Yeah, teacher, I was raising my hand to say that we got many general advantage of using the writing compared to the speaking. Because with the writing, we can give the information to the next generation. Right. That's the way we right now know the history of Cristobal Colon, Juan Pablo Duarte, because everything is written. And that's the way, because speaking has not that skill, only writing.
Speaking is not permanent, right?
Yeah.
And the language goes changing all the time. Language is always changing, right? There are some ways of speaking that are not accepted, but we use it. But when you go to write, you cannot write it that way. You cannot write que lo que, right? But everybody uses that, okay? So basically, writing is permanent, keeps the language, keeps history, okay? So, but language doesn't keep that. For example, the Taínos in here, the Taínos, they had a language, okay? But have you seen any registration of Taíno letters or the way they wrote, or the language of Taínos? Perla, you wanted to say that? Why didn't you raise your hand then? You had to raise your hand. So yes, you know, that's the advantage that writing has. When did you say that, Perla? I couldn't listen to you. Oh, when you were speaking, you mean? Oh, okay. All right. I couldn't listen to you. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Perla is writing on the chat, and that's why I'm just checking what she's saying, you know? Now, we're going to go to the last question for this week. You see, guys, if you don't read, if you don't do homework, you won't be able to interact in the class. Now, next week, from tomorrow on, I'm going to leave you another questionnaire that we're going to be sharing, and we're going to be talking about that. So make sure that you do homework. I pause the recording because you learn and also you get your points, you know? All right, so we go to the last question, that is, there are many causes, there are many reasons why language changes, right? Language might change for many reasons, but in the book, we had three main reasons, right, why a language would change. But I guess before that question, there is another one. And you know, I kept it on mind because that's very important. The book said, I mean, the information that we have says that language is conventional. Language is conventional. Now, the question is, what is that? That language is conventional. Guys, I'm gonna put all your hands down because I don't know who wanna answer this question and who wants and who doesn't. So now, if you wanna answer the question, you can raise your hand now. So what do we mean by that language is conventional, Sadiel? What do we mean?
Because we can represent the same language by more than one writing system.
Right. That's true. That's true. Who else, Evelyn? Do you have something else?
Yes, but
Okay. All right. Hector said people are lagging. Yeah, I know. All right. Now
I understand that
the question? Right. I cannot understand you either. There is something wrong with the audio, but yeah. Right. Kathleen, do you want to say something else also?
Yes, teacher, about the language is conventional.
Yes.
To me, it's when I grew up of people make a new symbols and all the members approve that they will make a new language, teacher. That's all.
Right. Guys, listen, language is, oh, Diana?
Yes, I would like to say something about language convention. I'm sorry, a little noise outside.
Right.
Are different combinations of ways a writer manipulates language to show the audience something in the unique way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Very good. Oh, more people. Myrene Guzman.
Yes, languages is called conventional because to the fact that the symbol those people use is made or chosen without any principle, logic, or reason.
Yeah, that's true. Yandra, you want to say something else?
Yes, teacher. Language is conventional because there is no connection between the sound we make and the phenomena of life.
Yeah. Now, yeah, you gave many reasons, and that's right. Because, for example, I know that you saw it on the book, like conventional. Why? Because all of us got into an agreement that we're gonna use this language and that we're gonna represent it this way. Let me show you this part. And I know you saw this, clearer drawings. I know you saw this over there, okay? Can any one of you read this? Check it. Marlon?
Hi, how are you?
Okay, all right. You see? Hi, how are you? Okay. So,
wow.
But you can do it this way. Okay, you see? Then we say, why not this way and why this way? Someone said that there is no relation between what we say and what we write. And basically, yes. I mean, speaking about English now, okay? I don't know Spanish. But as you can see, you can represent, okay? You can represent what you say in different ways with different symbols. And when we say symbols, we say letters, okay? So, but we decided, when I say we, I'm talking about the people who speak English, the people who created English, the people way back on time who decided to use English. They decided that hi, how are you is written this way and not this way. You see? But it doesn't mean that in the future, if they decide to say that this is R, they wouldn't do it that way, because remember, language changes, right? But right now, this is the acceptable way. So language is conventional for many reasons, and the main reason is because people get into an agreement to use it in the way they want it, okay? It could be the representation, graphical representation, or the way that we say things. Maybe, and this is, I don't want to go into detail, but you know, maybe, let me write a word for you. Let me see what word. Maybe, you know the word dude, right? Dude, we use it like, yes. We use it like friend or boy or girl, you know.
Dude, yeah.
Right. Maybe we know this word as something normal, but what about if you go to a place that the word dude is something like, you know, not good? Like when they call you like that, it means something else that is not dude as we know it. You see? That's because that community got into an agreement that this word that we know as dude or dude, it doesn't have the same meaning. You write it the same way, but it doesn't have the same connotation. Oh, my battery is dying. Hold on. It doesn't have the same connotation as we know it. So that's why we say that language is conventional. Y me voy a ir a español ahora, para que ustedes vean por qué los idiomas son convencionales. Yo no sé lo que son más jóvenes de ustedes. Estamos hablando, recuerden que no estamos aprendiendo aquí inglés, sino estamos aprendiendo acerca de la lengua y de eso. Vamos a dar un ejemplo en español. Yo no sé, cuando ustedes se juntan, yo tengo 32, puede que yo sea más viejo de todos ustedes, o casi el más viejo. Pero cuando uno se junta, hay una palabra que se usa mucho, que es loco. Oye, ¿qué es lo que es loco? ¿Y tú, loca, para dónde vas? Esa palabra, la palabra loco, no es una palabra buena. Es una palabra mala porque un loco es una persona que tiene inestabilidad mental, que tiene problemas, que tiene que visitar un psicólogo. Pero donde quiera que tú te juntas, Héctor y Sadiel, hey, loco, dime, ¿qué tú vas a hacer? ¿Vieron cómo cambia esa palabra? Todos ustedes se acostumbraron, todos ustedes llegaron a un acuerdo de que la palabra loco ya no es una palabra despectiva, no es una palabra que significa que tú tienes problemas mentales. La palabra loco ahora se convirtió en una palabra afectiva, porque tú le dices loco a la gente que son cercanas a ti. Tú no le dices loco a un desconocido, ¿verdad? Entonces, esa palabra cambió totalmente. Y por eso se dice que la lengua es convencional. ¿Por qué? Porque llegamos a un acuerdo en donde nosotros decidimos qué utilizar y qué no, y qué sentido darle a una palabra que en el diccionario pueda significar una cosa, pero que en nuestra comunidad, y cuando digo comunidad no me refiero a donde tú vives, la comunidad se refiere a la persona con la cual tú te relacionas. Entonces la comunidad decidió aceptar esa palabra y se va a usar con este significado. Y eso, así es como se da eso. Dice Héctor que eso es aceptable, la palabra loco. Existe otra palabra, mano. La palabra mano se refiere a una parte del cuerpo. Pero todo el mundo dice mano. Hey, dime mano. Yo sé que la palabra mano viene de hermano, ¿verdad? O mana de hermana. Pero puede darse la confusión de que la palabra mano es una parte del cuerpo, pero mano también se refiere a alguien que es amigo tuyo. Y ahí entonces es donde nosotros estamos hablando que la lengua es convencional. A veces tú dices, oye, pero ese es un loco, ¿verdad? No te estás refiriendo a que la persona tiene problemas mentales, sino que hace cosas que están fuera de lo normal. La palabra manín, alguien habló por ahí, dijo Kathleen o Catherine, manín, ¿verdad? Todas esas son palabras que nosotros la adoptamos. Y hay un sinnúmero de palabras. Bueno, sí, dijo Catherine.
¿Y la palabra pana, profesor?
Pana se refiere a un tipo de material, ¿verdad? Es un material, pero pana se refiere a...
Sí, para hacer ropa.
Entonces, ahí es donde llega lo que es que el lenguaje es convencional, conventional. Aparte de que hay muchos aspectos, como le mostré, que puede que usted, por ejemplo, en el chat, nosotros escribimos qué es lo que, usted pone una K, una L y otra K. Eso es informar, ¿verdad? Pero todos nosotros hemos llegado al acuerdo de que cada vez que usted ve esa palabra significa qué es lo que es un saludo. Sí, alguien dijo ahí, Catherine estuvo hablando de la palabra machacar, majar, que significa aplastar algo, y que aquí en República Dominicana, pues si usted dice esa palabra en voz alta, la gente lo va a malinterpretar, porque la palabra majar se refiere al acto sexual, ¿verdad? Porque toda la comunidad ha llegado a un acuerdo de que cada vez que se diga eso, viene la connotación sexual de esa palabra. Sí, así sucesivamente. Bueno, entonces eso...
Y que teacher, en realidad, si usted se va a la realidad, majar no significa eso tampoco. Y la gente se va para allá.
No, porque la palabra majar dice Catherine que significa
tampoco,
aplastar,
pero la gente se va para allá.
Aplastar algo.
Ok, si yo le digo a usted, Alberto, hágame el favor, májeme esos fritos. ¿Qué usted entiende que haga con los fritos? Que lo suelte en la tostadora, que lo machaque, eso es un modismo.
Escúchame, Catherine. Si tú le dices al profe Alberto, profe Alberto, hágame el favor de majarme, ¿qué tú crees que te va a decir?
No, lo que pasa es
porque sí, no, porque...
Tiene varios significados.
Tiene que especificar qué.
Tiene varios significados. Porque, por ejemplo, escúchame, si tú vas a la policía y tú le dices, vine porque hubo un vecino que agarró y me majó durísimo, ¿qué van a entender? Que fue que se tiró golpe. Exactamente, o sea que tiene varios significados, bebé. Ahí se ve por donde tú te vayas.
Ahí es donde viene Ahí es donde
Pero
viene.
se oye, pero
la
se oye feo
comida.
así.
De eso se trata. Sí, porque también majar es darle golpe. Él te va a majar cuando te vea. Eso quiere decir que te va a dar tu golpe, ¿tú entiendes? Entonces es muy abierta las interpretaciones. También el contexto juega un papel muy importante en la utilización de la lengua. Dependiendo del contexto, entonces las palabras van cambiando su significado. Por eso a veces que los chismosos entienden las cosas como no son, porque al no escuchar el contexto, entonces malinterpretan lo que se está diciendo. Ya, eso era todo. Bueno, aprendimos mucho de que la lengua es convencional, ¿verdad? Yo espero que eso no se le olvide a ustedes. Bueno, pues ya ustedes saben, seguimos hablando. Mañana pues nos vemos por acá.
Sí, hasta mañana.
Ok.
Bye.
See ya.
See you later.
God bless you, everybody.
See you.